I'm from thegrassfedgirl.com, and today I want to talk to you about my 5.5 months of carnivore results. So I'm so excited. It has been a really awesome experience, and at the beginning I really did not want to do it, but I had some lingering symptoms of Hashimotos, which is a thyroid disease that is autoimmune in nature. And I just really wanted to see if I kept hearing about it over and over, and I just really wanted to see if it would work for me, because I feel like I had tried everything else. I had been keto and been paleo for about 10 years, and I was feeling a lot better, but it just really wasn't getting through some of those symptoms of slow digestion. I still had some TPO antibodies, and I really just could not lose weight no matter what I did. So I was just looking for a way to kind of work through those symptoms and, you know, see if I could get anywhere with the carnivore diet. So I was very skeptical. I really did not want to do it, but I gave it a shot. And after about 30 days, I was completely hooked. So I definitely think that's the time that you have to give it for it to really work and for you to adapt. So some of my things that people always ask me about is, am I worried about nutrient deficiencies? Well, I started just with the mindset of doing this for 1 month, so I really wasn't worried about that, because I figured, you know, that wouldn't be something that would happen very quickly. But now that I've learned a lot more about carnivore, I think that meat and animal foods are just so bioavailable, meaning we can break them down and we can absorb the nutrients in them, that and if you have a varied diet of seafood and organs and shellfish, then I think you're going to get all of your nutrients that you need, especially if you're eating liver. So I think that that's really just kind of fear-based, and it's not really reality if you do your carnivore diet correctly. And then the other thing is, if I'm going to keep doing it forever. Well, I don't know. It's just day by day. So a lot of people ask me if I'm going to keep on doing it forever. And, you know, I think that's just life in general. You don't know what you're going to do forever. So I think it is important to just do what feels right for you today. And if it stops feeling right for you, then you can change it. So it's not set in stone. The reasons I love the carnivore diet is just so simple. Like, there's so much less prep, there's so much less cleanup. I'm a really good cook. I've been a food blogger for years, so doing a lot of cooking and cleaning is pretty normal for me, but not having to do so much is just really nice. I mean, just being able to throw something in the grill pan or out on the grill is just super easy, and the food is just so filling, and you're never hungry. So it's just amazing. I love it so much. That is one of the big things. It's just so simple. And one of the other big things is I have really bad sugar cravings, so really bad sweet tooth when I started carnivore. So I was scared that that was never going to go away. I was really loving sweetened things like, you know, Lily's chocolate, anything that's allowed kind of on the keto diet is, I was loving that, and I was always wanting to have some kind of sweet drink or something like that, and I have not had any of that in 5.5 months, and it's just amazing to get that kind of that monkey off your back of those cravings. And I really did not ever think that was going to happen for me. So I don't need as much sleep. Don't get me wrong, I love my sleep, and I will sleep anytime you give me the chance, but I'm not as tired. So if I don't sleep as much, I don't need, when a lot of times when you have Hashimotos, you want to sleep all the time, and now I don't feel that way anymore, and I haven't felt that way in many years. But now it's like, if my sleep is for some reason interrupted, I can get up and I'm fine. Like, I don't feel super tired all day long. So that's a really good thing that's happened, is to not have to need so much sleep. And that's been very freeing, and you can get more things done, and you don't always have to be worried about, you know, am I going to get, you know, 9 hours of sleep, or so that's been really great. And then the other things happened is some of the benefits that I have seen also is my antibodies. So when you have Hashimoto's, that means you have thyroid antibodies, and I have TPO antibodies. That means I have thyroid peroxidase antibodies against my own thyroid tissue. So those are very hard to get rid of, and that means your body's attacking itself. And so if you want to calm that down, that's kind of an inflammatory process. It's pretty, some people think it's impossible to stop it, but it's not. And I've lowered my antibodies for continuously by doing my anti-inflammatory diets, but this time they have dropped very steadily in the last 5.5 months. So I'm just really surprised that happened, because you'd think, you know, meat will kill you, meat's full of, you know, you might be thinking that, and to see my antibodies keep dropping, they've already dropped about 20 or 30 points, and I'm getting close to the remission stage, so I'll be really excited if that happens and I don't have antibodies to my thyroid anymore, and then I'll be in remission from Hashimoto's, so stay tuned. If that happens, I'll let you know. I have lost weight. I've lost about 15 pounds. But the thing that's most interesting is that even though the scale is not dropping as much as it was at first, I feel like I'm having non-scale victories. So my body continues to change, and my size of clothes is continuing to go down. So that's pretty exciting, because I almost think that's a myth of non-scale victory. So it's pretty exciting. And I mean, I do believe in it, but you know, sometimes when you had a hard time for many years with your health, you don't think that's going to happen for you. So it's really exciting to have some non-scale victories, and especially, you know, noticing your clothing sizes and measurements is important. And then so those are the big things. And then just lately, I've started to see some changes in my digestion. That's one of my symptoms, very slow digestion, and that has started to become more normalized and regular. So that's very exciting, because that's a big symptom of Hashimoto's. And if you know anyone with Hashimoto's, you might have heard about that. So it's a really exciting side effect of the carnivore diet. So you would think that you need all that fiber and everything to keep your motility going, but you really don't. And amazing thing is, all the bloating and stuff that I used to have from eating all of those fibrous vegetables, all those greens, and Brussels sprouts and broccoli and cauliflower and kale, and all that bloating is gone. So I'm really loving the fact that my digestion is starting to normalize. So that's really awesome. And so I just want to give you these updates. And if you haven't watched my other videos, I have a couple of other videos on my updates on my carnivore experience, so make sure and watch those. And if this is helpful to you, make sure and share it with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel. I'll be making a lot more videos.